tons of cayenne peppers, like way more than I need for, you know, like crushed red pepper or anything like that. So I have the green cayenne, and then I also have some of the red ones. They're the same, but where I'm at, by the time they turn red, let me get one, they're really dry. So I've got them green, which they're still have an amazing flavor. What I'm going to do with these, so the ones that are, these, most of these I've already dried, but just by letting them sit on the counter. Like here's a red one that's still soft, but it's not firm like these. These I will crush up and either make like cayenne pepper flakes or a cayenne powder. But I'm going to do that with any of them that are not like firm. The ones that are firm, I'm going to actually pickle these. And I'm going to use the recipe out of oh, I'm dropping all my stuff. Out of the Ball Canning book. There's one in here for pickled hot peppers. Now this one requires banana peppers, jalapeno peppers, and serrano peppers. But you can do it with any of the hot peppers. Cayennes are spicier than jalapenos, but not as hot as jalapenos. And there's a couple jalapenos in here as well. And I'm just gonna mix them all and just kind of do a variety. I have some Tabasco peppers outside, but I'm gonna wait for those because those I think I want to do a Tabasco sauce with. So for these, basically all I'm gonna do is cut off the stem, and if they're like super long, you know, I'll cut them in half. But if they're like soft or starting to wrinkle, I'm just going to go ahead and dry those ones. The only ones that I'm going to pickle are the ones that are still really firm. So let me get all of these cut up and we'll be back. Now that I have all the stems cut off and most of them cut in half, the recipe calls for 6 cups of banana peppers, 4 cups of jalapeno peppers, and 1 cup of serrano. Since I'm just doing the cayenne and there's a few jalapenos in there, I measured it out and I only have 5 cups. So I reduced the amount of liquid that I'm going to make. So it's going to be 1 clove of garlic, 1 cup of distilled white vinegar, and then 1/3 cup of water. Because I said I only ended up with 5 cups. I'm going to put this on the stove to boil, and then once it starts boiling, I'm going to turn it down and just let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Let me get my little clicker thing. Now, while that is simmering, I'm going to go ahead and get my jars filled. I've had them in the oven heating up while I do this. So one of the ways that I heat jars, you know, I wash them with hot soapy water, and then I just put them upside down on a cookie sheet and put them in the oven at like 160 so that it'll sterilize them. So I'm just going to put these in here. Now these are going to be water bath. And I'm just going to fill them to leave about 1 inch headspace in there. Now the garlic, so while that's heating up, the garlic is going to be infusing the vinegar and water solution. Once that's done, I'm actually going to throw out, see there's a big piece of jalapeno. I don't remove any of the seeds, I just leave them in there. But I'm going to throw out the garlic. We're not going to put that in the jars because the taste would just be too overpowering. Now I went ahead and I heated up some bigger jars just in case I didn't have enough littler ones. But it looks like I'm going to have enough little ones. Okay, that is already boiling, so let me turn that down a little bit and let it just simmer. Alright, like I said, I'm going to let that simmer for about 5 minutes. And these jars are hot. And then I ended up with those, most of them I said I had already dried, but I ended up with a few more. I just leave them in this colander because of the holes in it, and I just let them dry that way. And what I'll do is I'll just snap off the stems and I'll powder them, or maybe if I don't go all the way to a powder, then I just have like a cayenne pepper flake. Let's see, probably switch those to there. More in here, because you want to make sure that they're all going to be covered by liquid. Alright, we'll be back as soon as that is done simmering for about 5 minutes. This is done simmering, so now I want to take out the clove of garlic. Set that right there. And I'm just going to ladle these into here. I don't know where my funnel is. It's okay, we can do it without. I may not have enough liquid because these peppers are a lot smaller. Than like say your jalapenos and your banana peppers, like those would end up being pretty big in the jar. So that ended up not being enough liquid, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that little piece of garlic back in there. And I'm going to do the, where did my vinegar go? I'm just going to do it again, one more time. And I'm pretty sure that'll be plenty. Alright, that's good. is simmering. While that simmers, we will go ahead and get these other ones closed up. Now I know this isn't a greasy food. I still always wipe my rims with vinegar. I don't know if it's just more of a peace of mind for me. I've got my lids in hot water over here. I'm going to go ahead and put these in the water bath canner because I don't want them to get, well, they probably wouldn't get cold, but alright, we'll be back as soon as that's done and get the rest of these jars completed. All 6 of my jars are in the water bath canner now. As soon as it starts to boil, then I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to process it for 10 minutes and then I'll turn my flame off, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then I will remove the jars onto a towel onto the counter. So I'm going to wait for this to boil and then I will set my timer. They have finished processing, so I have taken them out of the canner. I will leave them alone for 24 hours. I will let them cool and seal on their own. Then I will take the bands off and label what they are with the date. So there you have it, the pickled hot peppers with, I have cayenne peppers and jalapenos in there with the garlic flavor. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. You can do this really with any of the hot peppers. You hear that pop? In our house we always say when it pops it's telling you good job. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit us up on Instagram and we'll catch you on the next video.